Hello guys and gals, and welcome back to Farming Simulator 25 here on Judith Plains, Montana map on the Beer and Whiskey Challenge. In today's episode, I'm going to go over precision farming and basically how to set up a field so you get the best yield as possible out of that field. And since this is the first time I'm planting this field, this is something I do on every field first time I plant. Whether I'm using precision farming or not. First thing I do is I always line. So our line machine's right over there. Then I plow. Then I plant. Then I spread fertilizer if the planter doesn't have or the seeder doesn't have fertilizer. Then once that's done, then I roll it. That's it. But we're going to do this with precision farming. Same routine. But what we have to do first is go into the map. And up top here we go to precision farming. And you got to take samples of your field. I've already done that. There's two ways you can do it. There's a machine, which I've showed you in the past you can do. The other way is purchase soil information, which we've already done. And if you look over here, here's a chart. On the left-hand side, you got loam, sandy loam, silty clay, and soil sample taken. The best is loam. The worst is silty clay. The second best is sandy loam. Loam sand is okay. This field right now has a score. This is our field. We got mainly loam, which is great, and some sandy loam, and this number right here is our total economy score. Economy score, which is 94. The other thing you can also do you can add tram lines, you can take off tram lines and all that. And you can also check the economics of the field. Okay, so far I've done line once already. And soil samples I've taken. It tells you how much, breaks down the costs of your total earnings. Okay, and includes your yield. We got 2% yield. Now, underneath this is soil type. It's your pH. We're going to redo this. But you got to spread pH. You want to have it about 7. So it's close. You want it in the green. You don't want the yellow here. You want the green as much as possible. Next one is your nitrogen, which is your fertilizer. Now you can use liquid fertilizer, solid fertilizer, slurry, or manure. Anything and everything works for you. Yield. This shows you your yield. This is 125%. And that's about what we got when we harvested the clover, because we had clover planted here. And this is your seed rate. And we combined fields 56 and 52. In 49, you got low, standard, and high. 46 was mainly low, so we didn't use that much there. These two fields is about half. This is about half. This is, this is a little less than half. and this is about 3/4. We haven't planted this yet, so we don't have an answer for that. So what we need to do next is hop into our line machine. Now you can use any type of line spreader. I like using this one because it holds a lot of line, and it's John Deere. So we're going to go to our field. Okay. And if you look in the lower right-hand corner, left-hand corner, not right-hand corner, left-hand corner, you'll see it will pop up the pH level of the field that you're on. So it gives you a breakdown of what you got. There's sensors in this thing. I'm going to do this. I'm going to use precision. I'm going to use GPS. So we're in line with everything. Oops, wrong button. Redo that. Okay. And turn this on. And you can see it's slightly changing, which is good. So I'm just going to fast forward this as soon as I make this turn. Okay, this field is now lined, and while I was lining it, it only put down the amount of line that is actually needed for the field. Because you might have seen somewhere where it wasn't spreading, and sometimes it was spreading. It's because it's only spreading what it needs, because this machine here has a sensor that says, hey, you don't need to put lime down now. Hey, you need this amount of lime, and so on. Okay. So our next piece of equipment we are going to do, and this is what I used to work on a farm, and this is what we used to do on a farm any which way, is if we lime it, and then we would put down fertilizer, then we would plow the field so everything gets mixed up. In this, it really doesn't matter, but you need to plow the field. I always plow the field at least once, and I use periodic plowing option on this map. So, excuse me. So since I'm using periodic plowing, I have to plow the field, and I like to have it set up in a routine, so I set it up in my routine. Now, the other thing about plowing is if you plow, you plow the field, you won't get weeds that season. But you can use, next time you can use cultivator, then you got weeds. That's the way it works. So let's unfold this, and while we're doing that, one. So plowing helps break up the soil, and so you can be able to plant later on. Okay, there we go. What the heck? Oops. Yeah, click on the GPS, buddy. There you go. So we're going to plow this field. And I'm going to fast forward this so you watch me do it. Make sure I'm doing it correctly. Okay, guys and gals, we got the field plowed, and there is something I forgot to say before we plow. After you line, if you have, this field didn't have it, but if you have fields that have what I call stubble or stalks on it, you want to mulch it. Crops like barley, wheat, canola, sorghum, soybeans, corn, sugarcane, or withered crops, you want to mulch it. That will give you a 15% bonus in harvesting as you do it. So basically, this adds more nutrients back into the soil, which will help overall. Okay. Right now, I'm just going. The next thing you want to do before you plant, if you have this option on, which I do, we have a rock option where it will leave rocks, and I don't know if I can get that out of there or not. But we'll leave rocks when you, after you plow or cultivate, there's rocks in the field, and you need to pick up those stones, or stones, whatever you want to call them. There's stones in the field, so you need a machine like this to pick them up, and by doing that, you reduce the amount of damage that is done to your harvester. So that's why you want to, what I call, de-rock your field, or de-stone your field. So that way it doesn't damage the harvester head on your harvester. And in the internal, because when you harvest, you do pick up some dirt and stuff like that in real life that goes through the machine, and if you have rocks and stuff like that, it will damage. Um, it will damage the internal parts of your um, harvester, along with the blades on the harvester that you use to actually use to um, get your grain and crops and stuff like that. Okay, we're gonna start here. Lower and B. And what this does, it picks up the rocks that you can see and does that. So I'm going to fast forward this for you guys. Okay, guys and gals, we got the field de-rocked or de-stoned, whatever, however you want to call it. So we are now ready to plant in this field. And since we own the beer factory and we need barley to make beer, we're going to be planting beer. So I'm just going to move this tractor out of the way. We're going to be needing that later. Let's hop out of this tractor. And hop into this one. Okay. We already got it, but you're with your seeder, you want to press Y for, if you look in the lower right hand corner, it tells you what you can plant with the seeder. And we want to plant barley, which is this right here. And now this, oops, I need to go get some seed. I will do it this way. Seeds, okay. Yeah, I forgot to fill it up. Okay, some seeders have fertilizer on them, some don't. This is a direct drill that just plants, that seeds the fields. So, since it's a direct drill, I don't have to, plow it unless it's needed by, because I got periodic plowing. It says, yeah, you got to plow now. So, but I can plant over, I could have planted right over the clover if I don't do what I normally do. Okay. Wait a minute. There we go. Now we're planting. And we're planting barley. And let's see if one. Okay. So that's what it's doing right now. It's just planting barley. So what I'm going to do is fast forward this and bring you back when we're done. Okay, guys and gals, we're finishing up this field and planting it. And there's something else I want to talk about. Now, this doesn't have to do with precision farming. And it will benefit you whether or not you are using precision farming or not. And it's this stuff right here. Beehives. Beehives, depending on the crop that you have, basically flowering crops like your cereal crops, corn, sugarcane, will help generate or pollinate your crops and will give you a better yield. That will work with both precision farming and without precision farming. Plus, you also get a benefit of honey that you can sell and make money off of. So that's another way to actually increase the profits from your field, is by using beehives through there. I usually set up beehives, about 2 beehives per field, and I get a lot of honey. And you can turn around and sell the honey and make money. And some productions also require honey. If it's one of your productions, that way you don't have to buy the honey, you can produce the honey. Okay, the next thing that we are going to be doing that will help benefit your, that's actually will help with your precision farming, is fertilization. Now, in real life, when I worked on the dairy farm, we would lime the field, and because we were on a dairy farm, we have manure and slurry. So we would put down the manure and the slurry, then we would plow the field. If we were using liquid fertilizer, we would do what we're doing now, plant the field, lime it, plow it, plant it, and then fertilize it. And since we are using liquid fertilizer and this sprayer, this is going to help us get a better yield on there. And also, if you look at the lower left-hand corner of the screen, you'll see that this field is red. Again, we're going to use GPS. Okay. Now, this has sensors on it, so it will only spray the amount of fertilizer needed for each section. So that's one of the benefits of doing this. Okay. And we'll turn this on. And now you can see it's spreading, and you can actually see the slight color change in the soil. That means it's spreading, and if you look in the lower left-hand corner, it's going from red to green, which is what we want. We want a green color. Sometimes with precision farming, oops, and I screwed up. Sometimes with precision farming, and I found with precision farming, is after you plow I do this like a month before I plant. I'll prepare the field. Because I just harvest the field and it's time to plant barley any which way. I'll prepare the fields usually a month or so before I actually plant the field. I get a better fertilization, but I think they fixed that bug. There we go. So I'll just fast forward this and bring you back. Okay guys, sorry about that. For some reason OBS did not want to finish streaming, record what we just recorded. But we have fertilized the field, and if we take a look at the field, let's first go over the soil type. We have loam and sandy loam, and if we take a look pH, you can see where the sandy loam and loam is, and when we look at the nitrogen, you can see where the sandy loam and loam is. The greener is the loam and all that. This is how much we are there. Now the yield, we're expecting some good yield. This one might change. But if we take a look at the seeds, we didn't use that many seeds on 57 because we have a lot of loam. And you really, with loam, you don't need that much seed. We use the standard amount of seeds for the sandy loam. Was it sandy loam? Yeah. Yeah, sandy loam. So that helps. So our next thing that will help with and give you a boost in your yield is actually rolling the seeds. It gives you a 15% boost. In your yield compared to not rolling your fields. Now, what rolling the fields does in real life is actually help push the seeds down gently into the ground so birds wouldn't come and eat them. And it also pushes down stones so it doesn't help. It helps with when you're harvesting, it doesn't hurt the harvester. I'm going to use GPS. B to lower. And you can see the difference in the field type, different color in the soil and all that. So I'm just going to do this fast forward and bring you back. Okay, guys and gals, we got the field rolled and everything is set. I'm just gonna come over here for right now. Okay. Alright, guys and gals, I hope you found this information helpful. We learned how to prepare the field, plant the field, get the best yield for the field, and all that. So basically, you want to line the field, check your pH like we did. First you gotta check the soil type. Next you gotta check the pH, which we lined the field and improved the pH of this thing. Then we gotta fertilize it, which we improve the nitrogen, which will help your plants grow. And this is the expected yield that we should get. Is actually pretty good, about between 120 and 125%. The other thing with precision farming, if you want to buy the field, it'll actually tell you what type of soil that you have, and expected yield is 100. Like field 53 here tells us the size, the value of it. It has 0 loam sandy. It has 27% sandy loam and 72% loam, and silty clay none, which is good. And expected yield's 117. And then you can go visit, buy it, or tag the place by taking a look at that. But every time you go to plant a field, the first time I plant a field, I always plow it. Okay, let's go back to this map here. Because I have periodic plowing on, and why is it not showing it? Okay, you see this field that is in red. That means it needs plowing. And the green areas, that means they need weeding. There's weeds. So you're going to have to check to see when you're going to need to plow your fields and all that. I always plow my fields first, and it's usually about the third or fourth time you plant the field again is about when you need to plow the field. So that's what I do. And I only line the fields depending on the field and depending on what I'm growing on it. When it gets about yellow, but 7.5 yellow, I might lime it again. And because I have periodic liming sets, we also have yeah, we have to lime it, but same as we plow, but once every 3 or 4 times we plant. Now, also with pure precision farming, down here is your information. Our overall score is 71 right now. Nitrogen is 10.3 score, 12.8 weed control 22.7, soil sampling 14.8, and tillage is 10, which gives us a total of 71, and it will increase. The environmental score increases your sell price by 6%. So if I sell $100 worth of barley, I'll get $6. I'll get a 6% or $6 extra for selling that barley because I use precision farming. So that will help boost your things. This one down here where it says laboratory, when you take samples, it will tell you currently no soil. It will say currently testing soil samples to being analyzed and all that. That just gives you information, lets you know that. Also, adding bees helps with your fields. And let's just get away. If you take a look at your lower right hand corner of the screen, let's go to the field that we just, yeah. You'll see the farmland and all that, what's growing, barley, soil, loam, pH tells me my pH value, tells me my nitrogen value, my expected yield between is 123, about 16.2 tons per hectare. Potential is 125%, which is 16.3 tons per hectare. This field, which is the alfalfa, which which I'm going to have to fertilize again because you can tell the nitrogen is bad. It doesn't say perfect, but does say bad. Where this one said nitrogen pH, it doesn't say perfect. Oh, it does have patches. It goes from wherever you are in the field. So that gives you information. It will also tell you if you need to roll it, if you need to weed it, and stuff like that. Weed control, you can with small weeds and big weeds, small and medium weeds. Excuse me. There we are. Go under weeding. You can use any of these types to help weed. If you have big weeds, you have to use a sprayer and use herbicide to spray the weeds. And that will help with your fields. Get rid of the weeds, which will give you a better potential of doing this. Right now we have on this field, which is the alfalfa, we have 117%, 334.3 tons per hectare, and we have a potential of 125%, which is 36.5 tons per hectare. So that will give us better profits, better yields, more product. So if you found this information and this video helpful, do me a favor. Hit that like button, and if you're watching this on a mobile device, hit the hype button. It helps the channel out and also helps the video out be spread to other people who might find this information useful to them. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and bell. That way you know when the latest Farming Simulator 25 content comes out and when I do my live series, survival live series on Farming Simulator 25. As always, have fun playing your games, be safe out there in the world, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.